Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Haley and you're watching Between the Pages. My second book review is a book that another one that I will never shut up about, and that is A Fall of Ruin and Wrath. I have finally got this title right after typing it out many times onto my Tumblr. So yeah, I love this. This is about a girl named Callista who can kind of see the future and feel things when she touches people. And when she was a child, she was saved by this highborn lord is what they called him in this book. And she was saved as a child, and so she's always remembered that. And she notices that these guys are she's wandering, and she finds this barn, and she finds the highborn lord who saved her as a child, and so she in turn saves him. So, and that's she's also the kind of a courtesan, but not really. She doesn't really sleep with people, but she's a courtesan to this other highborn lord that took her in once he realized that she had power and that he could use it. So he's not really a good guy. He's okay. He's not as horrible as his half brother or his brother, cousin. There's some type of relation that I do not like. So yeah, we're just gonna talk about it. The banter between Thorn, who's the High Lord, ends up being a High Prince instead. I love that twist. Didn't really see it coming, but the banter between Thorn and Liz is top notch. Chef's kiss. I love their banter. Anytime they were on the page together, I was like, yes, I love seeing you guys interact, because he's something known as, but he's this type of creature who's kind of an elf, but not really. I mean, that's how I would describe him, kind of elf-like, but he's also kind of also a succubus, that he feeds on other people's pleasure and stuff like that. So he's kind of like a succubus. Again, I can't remember the name of the actual species of creature that he is, but I did like that. This is one book that it's kind of like ACOMAF, in that, you know, there's in ACOMAF there's page 22 where the smut's bam in your face, whereas this starts on page 40, because she rescues him and he's slowly healing, and he's got blood all over him, and so they jump in a shower, which we'll get to that. I have a little issue with some of the world building, which we're gonna get into that later. But they jump in a shower, and he's covered in blood, and she's washing him off, and there's some things that happen in that shower, and I was like, we're on page 40 and we're going there already. Okay, I am on board, because I come from the world of fan fiction where it's if they're not sleeping together within the first 15-20 pages, I'm where are we going? Is this a slow burn? Are they ever gonna get together? Because I'm used to, you know, you start ringing and bam, they're having sex. So I was not expecting that. I knew that this was a spicy, romantasy going in, but I didn't realize it was going to start so quickly. And I was like, oh, okay, this is that kind of book. That's fine. I'm cool with it. Now that I know, let's go. There was a tiny issue of plot, because I remember, I think I was halfway through, and I was like, plot? Where's the plot? I was I'm all for mutual pining and the slow burn kind of building up of the emotional part of the relationship. But I was I'm living for this lusting and this pining, but I'd like a little bit of plot. I like some plot with my porn, basically. I'm a porn with plot person. I mean, cool, if it's just an erotica and you have no plot, that's awesome. But this is a romantasy, give me some plot. I need a little something to tide me over between, you know, these spicy scenes. I did have one serious issue with the world building, and that was that it was very much question and answer. Like she was like, I can't even think of an example, but it's like, oh, why are you like this? He gives her an answer. Oh, I've always wondered about this. He gives her an answer. And I was like, okay, I'm kind of getting kind of irritated with this telling and not showing whole thing. Again, I was like, why? This is so lazy and so annoying. So I really did not like that part of world building. I have been told that this is the Awakening series. This is book 1 in the Awakening. And I know that her From Blood and Ash series supposedly is in the same universe. So I don't know if you can read this without reading From Blood and Ash, because I've not read From Blood and Ash, that series. But I have been told that they're in the same universe. So I think I am going to read From Blood and Ash, because I think the final book has either come out or is getting ready to come out, like this month or next month. I forget which month. I know this is coming up, but that is about to have its finale. And I was like, okay, well now I can read it because all the books are out. Whereas like this one, there's no info on the sequel. So I don't know if they're just waiting to see like how well this does, because it kind of leaves off on a cliffhanger, but like not a serious cliffhanger. Whereas like if this was like left the way it was, I could kind of like come up with something in my head to kind of like tie up all the story beats. But yeah, there's no information on when the sequel is coming out. There's nothing on Goodreads about when it's going to come out. So I'm like, oh God, am I going to have to wait like 3 or 4 years and then reread this? Maybe. Who knows? I guess we'll find out. And there's also this thing called Le Seraph or La Seraph, I don't know. And it's basically like the soulmate or whatever of the species of creature that Thorn is. And basically the succubus-like, elf-like creature that Thorn is so, he's very alien in that he's very much like, he doesn't have like real feelings, and he's very, like I said, robot-like in that he doesn't really have like humanity. And like supposedly when these creatures find their seraphs, they're kind of like soulmates. It kind of like flips on their humanity, and it like makes them like weak in other people's eyes, because they can finally like feel all the feelings that humans do. So like envy and jealousy and lust and love and sadness and anger and everything like that. So anything that a human can feel, he would then be able to feel. So, because there's this little thing at the end where they know that Lys is Thorn's like seraph or whatever, so they like try to kidnap her, and like he has no idea, but she knows that she is his soulmate, mate, whatever. So yeah, but there was that one point where I was like, does Thorn really not know, or does he know and he's toying with her? So not sure what's going on there. I don't know if he has like a sneaking suspicion that Lys is his seraph, and that's why he's like going to like such lengths to protect her. I don't know at this point. I don't know if he knows and he's just toying with her and like pretending like he doesn't know what she is to him. But I don't know. I guess we'll have to wait for the sequel. Or if this becomes a series, I don't know. We'll find out. It was about 300 pages in where I finally realized what the setting was. And it really made me angry. Because I was like, it should not take 300 pages for you to establish what the setting of your like world is. Because like it was so jarring to be like reading a romantasy that's usually set in like some type of fantasy land that's like modeled off after medieval Europe. Usually, most of the time that's what people pick, in that the girls are all in like flowing gowns and everyone talks like they're in like the 17th, 18th century, and they all live in castles and stuff like that. But I was like reading, and there was that one point that I specifically remember that Lys is like, oh my God, it is so hot, I just want to go back to my room and lay under my ceiling fan. And I was like, whoa, you have ceiling fans? Like, excuse me? And then there was another point where she like she's talking about like going to her room or whatever with Thorn, and she flips a light switch on, and I was like, God, this is so jarring. I had to keep reminding myself that like I guess I should like kind of explain like the lore of this like world. So the world that Lys and Thorn and all the other creatures live in is basically a post-apocalyptic version of our world. Like society collapsed and everything, and it was explained that there was these creatures that were created at the dawn of time that were banished underground because they were killing everything, and it's very like very biblical. So they were banished underground, and then humans evolved and everything, and then we started destroying the planet, and then these creatures like woke up because of all of like the war and discontent and everything that was going on in our world, and they rose up and were like, guess what, you don't get to have ownership of this planet anymore, we do. So there's like a huge war, like a bunch of humans are killed, and they're basically subjugated by these creatures, by like these highborn lords and high princes and the creatures that Thorn is, and the creature that like her master that she serves, that's his courtesan and everything. Oh yeah, that's kind of like the world that they live in. Like they talk about having carriages, they don't talk about having cars. Like cars don't exist because of pollution and everything like that. But yet electricity does. But they never mention anything about like phones or anything like that. It's like letters and like telegraphs and stuff like that. So like they have electricity and they have running water, but you don't have cars or bikes or anything like that. So there's just a lot of things that bother me about this world. I'm sure, like I said, From Blood and Ash is supposed to be set in like the same universe. I don't know if it's set like around the same time as Fall of Ruin and Wrath, or if it's set more like before Fall of Ruin and Wrath or after, and this is like a prequel series. I don't know. I have no clue because I have not read From Blood and Ash. I'm very tempted to like look things up about it, but I also don't want to be spoiled. So yeah, I am in quite a dilemma when it comes to this series and Jennifer L. Armentrout as an author. So yeah, I think that's all I have to say about A Fall of Ruin and Wrath, and I will see you guys later. Bye!